Hello book lovers, my name is Carrie and this is Spines and Spoilers. Today I want to discuss my TBR for the month of August, but first I want to talk about what I am reading and what I am drinking. It's actually the same as my last video because I'm filming this the same day, because of course I am, because I don't get a lot of time to myself during the summer. But I'm still working on that coffee, been working on that same coffee for like a week now, wild. And I am currently listening to the audiobook for Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is also the first book on my list. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil is by V.E. Schwab, and it circulates around 3 different women. It is a sapphic vampire story, and honestly, I was a little bit skeptical. Like, I liked the concept initially, but so far I'm absolutely loving it. The next book on my TBR for August is Killer on the Road by Stephen Graham Jones. This one took me by surprise. I didn't even know that Stephen Graham Jones had anything new coming out, and I literally just stumbled across it on Libby. So that was exciting. This one circulates around a group of teens who are on a road trip and end up getting pursued by a serial killer. So that sounds really interesting. Completely up my alley. The third book that I want to read in August is The Woman in Suite 11 by Ruth Ware. Yes, this is a sequel, and okay, the first book was not my favorite of Ruth Ware's books. It was probably her weakest one, but I am too curious not to read it. The next book that I want to read in August is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I have read one thing by Frida McFadden before, and it was basically a short story. I enjoyed her writing, but I'm not really sure what to expect. She reminds me of Lucy Clark a little bit, who I don't have great experience with, but hopefully it'll be a different story in this case. The Tenant is about a man who is having money trouble, so he decides to rent out an apartment to a tenant. Over time, though, cats start going missing, people start going missing, and the smell of decay is, pervading their building. So, yeah, he knows something is going on, but isn't 100% sure what. That brings me to the last book that I want to read in August that I know of thus far, which is Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm sure that you recognize that name. This is the sequel to The Grandest Game. This is basically a spinoff of the Inheritance Game series, where 7 people are invited to an island to compete in a game. It is basically a game full of riddles and sort of a scavenger hunt of sorts, but the prize is huge. The first book ended on a cliffhanger, and I was very upset at her for that. So I'm happy that it's out. It was another one where I kind of stumbled across it on Libby. Like, I didn't even know that it was out yet. I'm quite surprised that she put it out as quickly as she did. I guess she just wrote all of this at once. I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to read that one. But that is it for the books that I want to read in August thus far. I'm sure there will be more. I hope there will be more. My reading has not been the best lately. I haven't had the best numbers, and I got stuck on Kaiju Preservation Society because I wanted to make it last, but that also meant that I wasn't reading anything else because I just wanted to focus on that. I hope that you're all staying safe out there and that you're staying as cool as you can in the summer weather. I know that can be difficult, particularly for the people who live in tropical areas or like the southern United States, which is where I live. I don't usually say this, but you should tell me what you are planning to read for the month of August. Is there anything that you are particularly interested in reading for the month? Is there anything that you're excited about that's coming out? Did I mention anything that you're interested in? Look, I realize that I'm not the best with engaging with my audience sometimes, and I'm trying to do better. That being said, like, share, subscribe, any of that stuff if you want to. What is ultimately the most important is that you remember to love yourself. It's really difficult in this day and age. It really is. And I think it's more important than ever to remember to love yourself. Okay, bye.